You know exactly what your problem is. That is the part nobody talks about. You have read the books, you have watched the videos, you have had the 2 a.m. realizations that felt like they changed everything. You have nodded along to every piece of advice that was perfectly accurate about your life. You understand discipline. You understand consistency. You understand that the phone is stealing your focus and the comfort zone is shrinking your potential and the excuses are just fear in disguise. You know all of it, and yet Monday comes and nothing moves. Not because you are stupid, not because you are lazy, not because you do not care enough, but because somewhere between understanding a thing and actually doing a thing, there is a gap, and that gap, for you, has become a home. You have been living in the space between knowing and doing for so long that it started to feel normal, started to feel like who you are, started to feel like, maybe I am just someone who understands things but cannot execute them. And that story, that quiet, devastating story, is the most dangerous thing inside you right now. Not because it is loud, because it sounds true. Here is what is actually happening inside your brain. And I need you to listen to this carefully, because this is not motivation. This is neuroscience, and it explains everything. There is a concept called cognitive ease. It means your brain experiences the act of understanding something as almost identical to the act of doing it. Read that again. When you watch a video about discipline, your brain releases a small amount of the same satisfaction it would release if you had actually been disciplined. When you understand why you procrastinate, your brain feels like it has partially solved the procrastination. You get the reward without doing the work. And here is why that is destroying you. Every video you watch, every book you read, every moment of self-awareness you collect gives your brain just enough relief to reduce the pressure that would have otherwise forced you to move. You are not failing because you lack knowledge. You are failing because knowledge became the substitute for action. Raj Shamani calls this productivity cosplay. Looking like someone who is building, feeling like someone who is growing, consuming content about the life you want, instead of doing the uncomfortable, unglamorous, unfilmable work that actually creates it. And Jim Rohn said something that cut straight through all of it. He said, education must precede motivation, but it must never replace it. You educated yourself into paralysis. And the most painful part, the part that should shake you awake right now, is that the more you understand, the more sophisticated your excuses become. You do not say, I am scared anymore. You say, I am not in the right mindset yet. You do not say, I do not know how. You say, I am still refining my approach. You dress the fear in the language of self-awareness, and it has been sitting in your house, rent-free ever since. So what do you actually do? Not another framework, not another concept to understand, not another layer of self-awareness to add to the collection. Something simpler and harder than anything you have tried before. You stop consuming, and you start doing anything badly, not well, not confidently, not after you feel ready or aligned or certain, badly, imperfectly, with shaking hands and an unclear outcome and no guarantee it will work. Because here is what Jim Rohn understood about human beings that no algorithm will ever teach you. He said, you cannot think your way into right action, but you can act your way into right thinking. The clarity you have been waiting for does not come before you move, it comes after. The confidence you have been building through books and videos and moments of insight will never be enough to make the first step feel safe. Because the first step is not supposed to feel safe. It is supposed to feel like the most honest thing you have done in years. Raj Shamani puts it simply. He says, "You already know enough. You have known enough for a long time. The next thing you need to learn is not in a video. It is in the attempt." And here is the truth that I want to leave with you. The gap between knowing and doing is not a knowledge gap. It is a courage gap. And courage is not something you find. It is something you discover mid-action when you realize you are already moving and the world did not end. You have understood enough. You have prepared enough. You have waited enough. The only thing left is to begin so badly and so honestly and so imperfectly that your brain finally gets the one piece of information all that knowledge could never give it. That you are someone who moves, not someone who understands moving, someone who actually, finally moves. That is the only version of you that changes anything.